In the last class, what are we discussing about? What is that? Organization structure, classes, built on application relation, right? Okay. So application to application, where is that relation? Built on application. What is the navigation? You need to go to the current application and its definition. Then you will see built on application. So what is the ultimate built on base application for any application that you create on Pega environment? Pega platform. Pega platform is the final application that you see when you go back. Okay, so this may not be known to people who did not attend that sessions. And apart from this, we have seen that relation, where is that relation built on application relation and all. And later point in time, I explained about classes, abstract and concrete classes. So what is the difference between abstract and concrete classes? Concrete class is the one where the transactions can be initiated, but abstract classes doesn't have that ability of initializing business transaction. You cannot initialize business transaction if you go to abstract place. Okay, but there will be functionalities and all. It is very simple. When I apply for a loan processing, loan will be initiated at the loan department, that is concrete department. And during the processing of the loan, they may have to reach out to verification department. They will give some information and they ask them to do the verification and get the data back from verification team by the loan department. So during the processing, the features or functionalities that are available in the abstract classes may be utilized during the transaction processing. But verification department cannot initialize any business transaction. They participate during the transaction processing, but they do not have any ability to initialize business transaction. Understand? So the reality, what is there, the same technology has to implement. So that's why in the technology you see two types of classes, abstract and concrete classes. Concrete classes, abstract classes concept was also there in every object oriented it is object oriented programming concept, simply speaking. So class is the one where you have business functionalities. Let me open the diagram and show you. We have 1 more minute anyhow. Diagrams, application and classes. See, inside application you have classes, inside classes you have functionalities. This is what we discussed. All the functionalities that you are trying to create, you would be creating those functionalities inside some classes, and those classes will be there inside some application. See, whenever you create a new application, you follow that wizard, you create a new application. What is our application that we have created? SBI. Yeah? So dev impl@sbi.com password rules. Okay, so here you go. When we create a new application, we have seen that apart from application operator ID, classes also got created. 3 classes we are just focusing on. There are so many classes created, but only 3 that you need to focus as of now. These 3 classes together, what did we call? Class group. As of now, we called it as a class group. I'll tell you the reason why later. Okay, but these 3 classes, the first class name SBI, its name is equivalent to organization name. This is organization class. And the second class is division class. Its name is equal to application name. That's why we also call it as application class. Last one, unit class. I already told you, unit is the one where your transactions will get initiated, correct? Unit class is the one which is given by name WORK, work, meaning that work will be initiated, work will be processed. That's what we discussed. Concrete classes or unit classes are the ones where transaction will get initiated. I will give you a document how you can see the class definition. Okay, how to see the class definition. Okay, means details about the class. If I say definition anything here, details about the respective rule. Just by navigation, I'm going to show you this 595, 13th July, right? Okay, look at here. If I want to see the details about this class, what is the type of the class and even other details, I need to right click on the class and then definition. What is that? Definition. Right click on work class. You need a mouse to work with PRBC. Okay, right click on work class and choose definition. Once you choose the definition, it opens the class rule form. This is class rule form, and only one parameter we are going to focus as of now. What is that parameter? I did not select this at the time of creating application. Pega has automatically created this class and chosen this. What is the class type? Concrete. So just now we started. See, already we discussed about abstract and concrete classes. The classes that have been created automatically when we create new application, I wanted to look at the type of the classes. For the work class, which is unit level class where work will be initiated and processed, we already discussed, right? Unit level is the one where your work will be initiated and processed. At the unit level, the class that is being created, PRBC automatically taken as concrete class. Same we discussed. Concrete class is the one where your work will be initiated. Unit level will be concrete classes. Okay, that you can easily remember. Okay, concrete class. So this is the class where transactions gets initiated, processed, and gets closed finally. If it is not abruptly closing somewhere else, definitely it will close here in a regular way. Okay, now let's look at application, or you say division class. We can have a separate division class, that's a different thing, but as of now application class itself is a division class for us. And now you need to backspace here. This is the second class, right? Second level. Right click on this, that backspace and all I cannot give screenshots. Okay, you should know that you have to backspace. Am I recording? It is getting automatically recorded, right? Okay, fine. And what is the type of the class? Usually the higher level class, division level, we already discussed while discussing about while looking at organization structure. Organization division will have reusable components. It won't have anything like business transaction processing will not be initiated. So it is created as abstract class. Abstract class is the one where you cannot initialize business transaction, correct? So as per the organization structure, organization, division, unit. Unit is the place where business transactions will get initiated. Organization and division supplies the things, right? Same way, the division class is been automatically chosen by Pega as abstract. Now you can guess and tell me. Okay, what is that you can guess? Division class is abstract. Organization class, if I go and see organization class, you can guess and tell me, is it going to be abstract or concrete? Obviously that is going to be abstract, because you don't initialize anything at the organization class, right? You don't initialize business transactions at organization class. So organization class is also abstract. That is, this is all for your information. Org is abstract. Okay, done, completed. See, for the unit class, I'll go through unit class. One more option I'll tell you, I'll show you. See, this is the class definition, and see here, this is a concrete class, but option is what? This is a class group. I told you the same, but technically I did not explain you what is the class group. Functionally, let me tell you one statement. Class group is the one which is a concrete class where your transactions will get initiated and processed. See, if you want to initialize business transactions in Pega in some classes, that class must be a class group, otherwise you cannot initialize. Okay, everyone clear? So I will write down this statement. Okay, I'll just give the screenshot of this document, this particular one in the document. Look at the work class. Okay. Work class is a class group. I am writing a statement. I am not giving any justification as of now. I'll tell you later. Okay, class group is a concrete class where we can initialize business transaction. Okay, other way around I am going to write a concrete class which is class group, which is what? Class group can only initialize business transaction. Okay, so if I have to initialize business transaction, a concrete class which is a class group, okay, only can initialize the business transaction. Other type of concrete classes cannot initialize. That means I will come to that point later. Just for your information, you read as a statement as of now. Okay, so those people who did not attend in the last class, you may not be able to understand this, all this session and all. Okay, anyhow, try to cope up and you need to watch the previous videos. Now let's look at understanding about the next concept that we are going to talk about, inheritance. Next concept is inheritance. Class is the place where you have all the functionalities. Every business functionality will be there inside some class. That class will be inside application. See, in an application, you do not create all the business functionalities in one single class. Why? Classes will be specific to functional units. See, loan, separate class. Same application. Bank is an application. In that I have loan transaction, insurance transaction, verification to be done, finance settlements to be done, and bank accounts opening to be done. Bank account opening, loan opening, loan taking, insurance processing, verification. What is the other one? Finance related process. All are different departments, all are different classes, but all belongs to same application or not. And also for one business, we are not being sufficient with only one application. We are creating framework and implementation application. You know the reason why already I told, I don't want to repeat again. So like this, all the functionalities together in placing in one single class is not a good design. See, everything are you going to do in one single department? Loans, insurance, verification, everything are you going to make it in a single department? Is that a good design? That is not a good structural design for your business. Same way in reality, how it is not good. How it is good to have different departments set up coordinatively, work together to finish the entire transaction processing. Your application design also should have, application should have different classes. Each class is meant for some specific processing purpose. Okay, like this you create in a number of classes. Functionalities will be residing inside classes. So insurance department wanted to communicate with verification department to access its features. Should there be any relation between those two departments? Yes or no? I'll go to organization structure now once again. Organization structure. See, in the organization structure, see, if loan department has to utilize the features of finance department from the finance division, suppose if I remove this connector, what do you say? Will it be able to use or not? When as long as connector is there, you say that it can make use of functional features that are available in finance division into loan division. If I remove the connection between these two, it cannot use. Okay, so see, this connector what you are seeing here is a relation. This relation is called as inheritance relation. Here I told you organization division unit, but imagine each one is a class. Class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, class 5, like this, all are classes. If one class has to access the features of another class, a relation is must that is built between the classes. Without any relation, you cannot access. It is very simple as our real life. Suppose if I go to my father and ask for money, my father may give me. That's okay because we have a relation. Okay, parent and child. If I go to someone else outsider, if I ask them money, they won't give me the money because there is no relation. Okay, only when there is a relation built between two different entities. Entities here are classes. Then one class can give the property to another class. Means functional features can be supplied from one class to another class. It can be accessed at runtime, simply speaking. So if loan department have to access the functional features that are available with verification department, there should be a relation built between these two. That is called inheritance relation. See, I'll explain you about the concept of inheritance now. Okay. See, inheritance is a real life concept. Inheritance meaning that there will be two entities minimum, parent and child. So parent and child are being related. That relation is called as inheritance relation. Okay. In an inheritance relation, it can be applied between two classes. Class verification. Okay. Verification is a class generally. And below that, I have a class, another class called loan. And I have one more class called, let's say, here you go. Not here. One more class called, I'm sorry, like this. Class insurance. Insurance class, loan class. They wanted to access the functionalities of verification, right? So you need to like class loan inherits from where? Verification. I am just writing the coding here, but Pega is not coding. In Pega, you do not write manually. It is all about UI based programming model. And here, this is also inherits. Now, class loan, class insurance, both can access the functionalities of verification. That is possible. Okay. What is the reason it can access? Because it is inheriting. Here, verification is said to be parent, and loan and insurance are said to be children. Okay, loan is the child of verification, insurance is child of verification, another child. These two are said to be siblings. These two are said to be siblings. Siblings cannot transfer the data between. Means loan class cannot access the features of insurance. Siblings, there's no accessibility. That's how the technology has been designed. See, loan class access the functionalities of verification, but not vice versa. Means verification cannot access the features of loan. Child class can access all the functionalities of parent class, but parent class cannot access any functionalities of child class. This is how inheritance relation in technology has been designed. So you have authority to access your father property, but vice versa, there is no authority generally. Okay. So the same concept is implemented in technology. So when you are creating so many classes with different functionalities, child classes can access the features of parent class, but not vice versa. Understand? Make sense? Everyone clear? So this is about parent and child relationship. See, whenever you create a new application in Pega, one application, let's talk about implementation application. How many classes are there? So many are there. Our focus is only on 3 classes at 3 levels: organization, division, unit. What is the purpose of organization? You should know. What is the purpose of organization? Organization is the topmost entity which will have all the common functionalities that can be supplied to all different divisions and units. Right? Everyone clear? This I told you an example also in the reality. Division is the one which is going to supply common functionalities which are needed for connected units. Unit is the one where business transactions will get initiated and processed. See, Tata Motors is organization. It's a company India-wide. Tata Motors will supply vehicles to state-wise divisions. State-wise Tata Motor division will be there. Supply vehicles to division. Division will approve. Send it to each city. City is the place where you have Tata Motors outlets. They are going to sell the products. Transactions will be done at the city level. State level, organization level, transactions won't be processed. They will supply whatever that is needed to the below level. So in your application, common functionalities you would be creating in the organization level. What common functionalities? Common functionalities related to all divisions you will create in organization. Common functionalities related to specific units of single division you will create in division. Only the functionalities related to only specific unit you will create in unit. So the reason why these 3 classes created organization, division and unit, common functionalities you place at top level, and common functionalities of only specific division you place at division. Only specific functionalities of unit you place at unit. See, common functionalities which are related to loan and insurance, I am placing in verification. Verification functionalities are common for loan and insurance, right? Only specific to loan means where would I place? I want to display a screen with the details related to type of loan that you wanted to take. Personal loan or health, personal loan or auto loan, like this. That screen where should I place? In the verification or loan? In the loan. That is specific to loan. Verification functionality is common. So I want to display a screen where insurance coverages have to be chosen. You will be insured, you will be getting insured. These are the coverages that you will be covered under. The screen to display. Where should I create this? Specifically in the insurance. So common functionalities will come at the bottom level. Specific functionalities will come at the bottom level. Common functionalities will reach the higher level somewhere. These are parent classes. Okay, everyone clear? If a father has 2 children, father property can be given to both children, right? Both children can access. That is a common property. Each child may have their own property. Each child may have their own property. They will access their own property. Each other cannot access. Okay, how it works in real life, the same way technology is being designed. Now, when we create a new application in Pega, 3 classes have been created. So if 3 classes are created, organization, division, unit means unit class should be able to access the features of division and organization, right? Similarly, division should be able to access the features of organization, right? Organization won't take from anywhere, maybe. Okay, from within our application, it is the topmost one. It cannot take from anywhere as of now. So I wanted to make a facility available here, that is unit should be accessing division class properties and division should be accessing organization class property, and unit also should be able to access organization class property. One more thing I'll tell you. See here, I'm creating one more class personal loan inherits from loan. What does it mean? Personal loan is a child class of loan class. Loan class can access the functionalities of personal loan class can access the functionalities of loan class, whereas loan is already child of verification. Loan can access the functionalities of verification. Parent of parent, a child can access the features of parent as well as parent of parent of parent of parent. Chain can be like this. Grandchild can access the property of father as well as grandfather. For grandfather is grandchild, for father is child. Child can access the property of father as well as grandfather, grandfather's father, grandfather's father's 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 father. This chain you can take n number of levels. Understand, everyone clear? So now 3 classes have been created, right? So to get the accessibility, inheritance relationship should be defined. Inheritance relationship should be defined. For that reason, see here, SBI is a class, correct? I will show the definition of the SBI class. Right click on this definition. This is label, and what is this? This is ID. This display name. What is this? ID. ID is the actual name. That's what we are discussing from the beginning. Now the second class is what? SBI Auto I, right? Display name is SBI Auto I. Create definition, but actual name is what? I will copy to the notepad. Okay. SBI dash hyphen you need to read as dash. SBI dash SBI Auto means at the time of creating SBI Auto I, don't bother about navigations, please. Just I wanted to give you clear understanding. At the time of creating next level class SBI Auto I, they have added a hyphen and they have written SBI Auto I. Who is they? PRPC, I mean to say. Means OOTB, it is automatically created. At the time of automatically getting created SBI Auto I, it has been created appending to the previous class with a hyphen. Similarly, go to work class, our work class definition. Actual class name is SBI dash SBI Auto I dash work. What is the class name? 3 classes have been created. First class SBI, second class you need to read it like this: SBI dash SBI Auto I. Third class work class. Generally you can say work class, but actual class name is SBI dash SBI Auto I dash work. What is this dash? This dash represents inheritance relation between the classes, which means that this class is inheriting from SBI Auto I, SBI, both classes. Means it can access the functionalities of previous all the classes before the hyphen. Understand, everyone clear? We did not define this relation. Automatically Pega has taken. While we are trying to manually create our own classes, right? That time we are going to add a hyphen and type the name of the class and create. considering we are going to add the class in the inheritance as a child class. Understand everyone clear? So whenever you are trying to create a class, you are going to create a class appending to some other class in your application. As per your business need, you are going to do it. What is going to be the previous class, parent class, is up to your business. But this is how Pega has created. So this hyphen dash, whatever is there, this is the relation definition of inheritance. Now work is being inherited from SBI Auto I as well as SBI. SBI Auto I is inherited from SBI. SBI, is there any inheritance? As of now, you see anything? No, that is the topmost class for our application. That is the organization class for our application. That is the topmost for our application. Understand? Make sense, everyone? So these three classes that you are seeing here, it is a class naming pattern. What is it? A naming pattern. What is the pattern symbol here? What is the symbol of pattern? Dash. That hyphen dash is the pattern symbol. So the inheritance defined by a pattern of hyphen symbol, class naming pattern. In the pattern, each class is being separated or concatenated. You can use any word. Okay, both are different, but still it is not actually separated. It's concatenated. So each class is being concatenated by hyphen. So a class naming pattern where multiple classes are being concatenated by hyphen. This is called as pattern inheritance. So which symbol is going to define inheritance here? Hyphen symbol. That you can even call it a dash. Everyone clear? Understand? So what is pattern inheritance? Question is, what is pattern inheritance? Pattern inheritance is a class naming pattern where a class is going to be inherited from another class by a hyphen symbol or by a dash. This is the answer for what is pattern inheritance. I did not tell you why we need pattern inheritance. So what is pattern inheritance? I told you. Okay, everyone clear so far? Online resources. See, this understanding is going to make you to properly implement the future requirements. In future, you will make mistakes and come back to me. That time I can recognize that you did not even bother about inheritance concept. If you clearly understand inheritance concept, in future when you face some issue, you don't need to come to me. If you are not coming back to me and if you are able to solve it by yourself, that means you are gaining the concept knowledge. Otherwise, it is waste of you doing all this. It is like you are going to read an all-in-one question and answers and write an exam and get 100 out of 100 marks, still of no use. Okay, without bothering about the subject. Now coming back to this one. See, I will log into framework application now. I am going to log into framework application. Hope everyone clear about what is pattern inheritance. There is no question why. Only what is pattern inheritance as of now. Come to why it is, how it is going to function later. You can customize anything in Pega, but don't customize, don't delete for now. Okay, anything you can customize in Pega. Okay, and class group, I did not tell you technically so far. Class group is the place where a transaction will get initiated. For us, it is three classes combination in the implementation application. Let us log into framework application and see. What is the framework application ID? Dev fw @LIC, SBI. SBI.com password rules is the one I have. Application definition, and here you go, Dev Studio. And how many classes are there? How many classes are there? How many classes are there? 4 classes are there. It is previous to this one, class names are different. Auto I is different, insurance is different. Organization is same. The same way did we create? At the time of creating 2 applications, same organization we have used. That's why for both applications, organization class is same. Work class, meaningfully they're taking work. But this work is different, this work is different. Okay. But see, 3 classes, here 4 classes. Additionally, 1 more class is there. By name you can identify. What is the class name? FW. What is the class name? FW stands for framework. It is not mandatory your class group should have only 2 classes or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10. It can be any combination. For implementation, it has given 3 classes. Automatically, Pega has given when you create new application. For framework, automatically it has taken 4. it is giving you a sense of idea. This class group is related to framework application. This class group is related to framework application with an additional class name having FW. Even though you don't, it is not mandatory this should have FW. When you look at the class group name, this is related to framework application. This is related to implementation application. You can easily say for that reason only they are giving as a naming convention to an idea of sense. Understand clear? So this is about framework application related class group. For implementation application, you got one class group. For framework application, you got one class group. This work class is the concrete class. Okay. See, I wanted to utilize the functionalities of one class into another class. There must be inheritance relation, right? You need to understand this point. If I want to access the functionalities of one class into another class, there must be inheritance relation. Without inheritance relation, you cannot access. This may be same application class or this may be different application class. In my application, I have class A, class B, class. Within my application, I want to access the functionalities of class A into B. Both classes are in the same application doesn't mean you can access. You must define inheritance relationship. Suppose I have two applications, framework, implementation. Framework application has class A, implementation application has class B. I want to access framework application class functionalities into implementation application class. How is it possible? You must need inheritance. This point you need to remember. Between classes, whether classes of belong to same application or different application, no matter. Wherever the classes are, there must be inheritance relation defined between the classes. You need to remember this point. Everyone clear? Understand this point. Online resources, everyone clear? If you want the functionalities of one class to be accessible into another class, inheritance relation between the classes must be there. Without that, you cannot access it. That may be the classes, both classes may be of same application, maybe of different application, no matter. Now, considering this point, let's proceed with discussion. Now, I wanted to access the functionalities of framework application class group into implementation application class group. Understand the functionality that why did I create the application structure like framework and implementation? What is the reason? To access functionalities only, right? But functionalities will not be directly there in the application. Functionalities will be there in the classes. When functionalities are there inside classes, if you want to achieve accessibility from one class to another class, inheritance must be there. Whether it is same or different class, no matter. See, my requirement is I want to access the functionalities of SBI Auto I into work class. Both are same application. I achieved it by using pattern inheritance. SBI also I achieved it by using pattern inheritance. Is it possible to access the functionalities of other application class into my application by pattern inheritance? Can I achieve that? In the pattern anywhere, do you have framework application related classes coming? Is there any first possibility? Is there? There is no possibility. See, pattern inheritance purpose I will tell you first of all. The purpose of pattern inheritance is to access the functionalities of the classes of same application. Within the application, any class functionalities you want to access, you can directly achieve it by using pattern inheritance. You click the down arrow, you will get SBI Auto I, work, everything. After work, you add a hyphen and create one more class. That will come in the pattern. But other application classes won't come in the pattern. So other application classes, if I want to access its functionalities, I need to define inheritance relation. By pattern, you cannot access. In order to access the functional features from the classes, those classes belongs to some other application. That is framework application. Generally, you need an inheritance type called direct inheritance. I told about pattern already. Now direct inheritance. See here. See, I wanted to access. I will log into implementation application now. dev.impl@ enter the SBI, sbi.com, password rules, developer studio, and this is implementation class group. I'll open. See, whenever I initialize business transaction, as part of my business transaction, which has been initiated in my implementation application related class group, may also have to access the functional features from framework. Framework is going to supply for n number of implementations, correct? Framework application functionalities will be there inside framework related application related classes. So how do I access framework application class functionalities into implementation application class? That can be achieved by direct inheritance. What is that? In the class rule form, you will be choosing a parent class at the section parent class directed. That will become a direct parent. So pattern inheritance is a class naming pattern where one, two or more classes are concatenated by hyphen. So current class can access the features of parent class, which is class before the hyphen. This is naming pattern inheritance. Using pattern inheritance, or the purpose of pattern inheritance is to access the functional features from the classes of same application. How do I access the functional features of other application classes? That can be achieved by using direct inheritance. So you open the class rule form. There you are going to go to the section parent class directed. You have work dash cover dash. I did not choose it. It is already there. See, whenever you create a new application, for the class group that is being created for the work class, parent class in the direct inheritance is automatically chosen by process command to be work dash cover dash. I am removing and I am choosing assign dash something. Save this. Is it allowing me to save? What does it says? Class group should inherit from work dash or any of its subclasses. See, I told you right already yesterday. I was telling you OOTB classes @ base class work dash. You come across work dash right in the OOTB classes list. See, as of now you don't bother why it should be, but understand that okay, Pega PRPC system is designed such a way that class group should always be having a direct parent. Pattern can be same application, organization division will be there. Class group should have a direct parent which must be work dash or subclasses of work dash. What is the meaning of subclass? Child class. Or child class of work dash is also okay. So it okay, hold on, I'll close this. Child class of work dash. See, if a class group is inheriting from child class of work dash, does it mean the class group is also inheriting from work dash? Parent of parent is parent to below level or not? If it is inheriting from work dash or child class of work dash, ultimately it is inheriting from work dash or not? So it may either inherit from work dash or it may inherit from child class of work dash. See, Pega has automatically taken the parent class as work dash cover dash. We did not choose it. It was already there. Once you create, you come here and see work dash cover dash is child of work dash. Is it yes or no? So my class group is inheriting from work dash cover dash is okay, no issues. So this is direct inheritance, what is already present in the system. By default, you got a system designed like this at the time when you create a new application. So your implementation class group is inheriting from the SBI Auto I in pattern inheritance. It is inheriting from the OOTB class work dash cover dash in the direct inheritance. Understand everyone clear? But my requirement is I will also show you. I will log into application in a different session because I don't want to access every time. Okay, from here itself I can access. Let us look at framework class group. You have framework class group, right? Here also I can access directly in the class rule form, but parent class I'll show definition. What is the parent class of framework class group? Work dash cover dash. Direct parent is work dash cover dash. Let me draw a diagram of the same. Okay, whatever that we are seeing here on PRPC environment, I am going to draw this as a diagram. Here you go, work dash cover dash or work dash, anything is okay. And diagrammatically you need to understand. Okay, work dash or you may say work dash cover dash. Okay, anything is okay, no issues. Ultimately it is work dash. This is what is our application? SBI SBI Auto I work. What is this? Implementation class group. IMPL IMPL class group. Okay, now what about this one? SBI I'm sorry, FW SBI INSUR hyphen work. What is this one? FW class group. You tell me the existing, whatever that you have seen in the PR-based environment, inheritance. Implementation class group, direct inheritance I'm talking about, is directly inheriting from work dash cover dash. Framework class group is directly inheriting from work dash. Both are inheriting from work dash. Look at the diagram and tell me the questions I'm going to ask you. I wanted to access the functionalities of work dash cover dash is the class, right? It is from which application? Pega platform. Work dash cover dash is Pega platform application. Pega platform application classes functionalities I can access into my application class by using direct inheritance. So I want to access the functionalities of work dash cover dash into my implementation application with the present design. Is it possible or not? With the current design, is it possible or not? This is inheritance relation. Yes or no? It is possible. Yes or no? Online resources. Respond on the charting window. Yes or no? Yes, it is possible. You see, you may not be able to understand technology maybe by looking at the PRBC. Diagrams also, if you are not able to understand, no one can teach you. That is impossible. Diagrams are the ones which will be making sense for everyone. Okay. Look at the diagram and respond. Okay. Simply don't respond. Okay. See, from the diagram, the functionalities of our dash cover dash, is it possible to access into implementation class group? Yes or no? Yes, it is possible. The same way, the other question is the functionalities of work dash cover dash I want to access into framework class group. Here, from the diagram, you tell me, is it possible or not? It is possible. Yes. Now another question is, I wanted to access the functionalities of framework class group into implementation class group. Look at the diagram and respond to say, is it possible? Yes or no? It is not possible. What is the reason it is not possible? There is no inheritance relation between framework class group and implementation class group, but I want to achieve it. That's the reason I have created my framework application and implementation application. Why did I create implementation application on top of framework application? Something I want to access from framework into implementation. For that, after application is done, I need to make a relation between the classes. By default, Pega did not provide it, but I want to achieve it. But at the time while I was trying to achieve it, my requirement is like this. I have to change this diagram in such a way that framework class group should be able to access the functionalities of work dash cover dash. Framework class group should be able to access the, okay, this is how it is. Okay, let me draw it something neatly. And here you go. This is how existing design, right? My framework class group, at present, it is able to access the functionalities of work dash cover dash. That should still be there. My implementation class group at present is accessing the functionalities of work dash cover dash. That also should be there. Additionally, I want my implementation class group to be accessing the functionalities of framework class group. But one condition, look at here, comma, SBI, what is that? FW, like this, and save. It is not possible. Two classes, from one class to two other classes inheritance is not possible. You cannot mention two at a time. One should be there, either of these. Okay, understand everyone clear? So just I wanted to practically show you that. That's why I have typed here manually. Okay, this comma giving, all this doesn't work out. Okay, now diagrammatically you tell me first. Practically I'll show you. Okay, where is the diagram? This diagram you need to change to remove or add some connectors. Where I wanted to achieve framework class group should be accessing the functionalities of work dash cover dash. Implementation class group should be accessing the functionalities of work dash cover dash, as well as implementation class group should be able to access the functionalities of framework class group. Tell me now. What should I do? Diagrammatically, you tell me. First, what should I do? I want to add a connector, new connector. Tell me, where should I add? Draw a connection between implementation class group to framework. Implementation class group is inheriting from framework class. Now, framework can access from work dash cover dash. Implementation can access from work dash cover dash. Implementation can access from framework class. But practically, this is not possible. Why? One class having two parents mentioned in the direct inheritance. Just now I shown it is not possible. So what should I do now? I drawn a connector as you said. What are the other changes to be made in the diagram? Diagrammatically you have drawn, but this is wrong design. Design will not be acceptable. This connector is okay. What else I should do? Anyone's responding on the charting? Remove work dash cover dash from IMPL. Someone was saying they want me to remove the connector which is there between work dash cover dash with IMPL. I am removing. Means I am removing work dash cover dash from implementation class group and adding SBIFW additional as a new one. If I do like this, am I achieving the required goal? Yes or no? Now from this diagram, I'll ask you a few questions. Framework class group, can it access the functionalities of work dash cover dash? Yes or no? Yes. Implementation class group able to access the functionalities of framework class group? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, both are yes. Implementation class group can access from framework. Framework can access from work dash cover dash. Now last question. Implementation class group able to access the functionalities of work dash cover dash? Yes or no? So work dash cover dash is parent of framework, which is parent of implementation. Does it mean implementation has a parent of work dash cover dash as well? Parent of parent is parent or not? So we have achieved what we wanted to achieve. So by default, the design provided by Pega is not correct. We will correct it now as per our need, as per the real business need. Diagrammatically, you have told something, right? Practically, you tell me here. What should I do now? See, theory document I'll share you for this. Okay, now how to make framework class group as a direct parent to the implementation class group. Okay, how do I make it? This is very much essential. Many of you will fail in somewhere in the practical. For that, the reason would be this. Maybe you will not realize because if you don't bother about it. Okay, and here you go now. Open implementation class group. Everyone have to finish this task. Open implementation class group definition. How do you open? You log into implementation application, right? Not the framework. Hold on. Implementation class. How do you open that? Right click on this definition. Okay, I already given this screenshot similarly above. Scroll down. Remove work dash cover dash and choose framework class group. I will ask you one question after this has been done. Remove, click the down arrow, type SBI. You will see all SBI related highlighted. Is this the one we need to select? Okay. Saved and that's it. Okay, I have achieved now. Now I'll explain about purpose of each of these inheritance. See, inheritance is any inheritance, pattern or direct, no matter. Inheritance is to access the features from one class to another class, right? What is the purpose of pattern inheritance? Purpose of pattern inheritance is to access the functionalities from the classes of same application. If I have a need to access the functionalities of from the classes of other application, then direct inheritance is going to help in that way. That's why we have two types of inheritance in Pega. So what is pattern inheritance? Pattern inheritance is a class naming pattern where the classes are being concatenated by a pattern of hyphen symbol. The class before the pattern will be the parent to the current class. This is what is question. What is very easy. But if they ask you in interview, why we need pattern inheritance in Pega? This is, see, 90% of the people, why we need pattern inheritance in Pega, they start telling about pattern inheritance is the class naming pattern and all. See, a response like this means you did not even focus on what is the question. Interviewers will be losing the interest. In the first question itself, they can decide to not select you, mostly. Okay, first you need to understand the question. That is very, very important. Did I ask you what is pattern inheritance, or did I ask you why we need pattern inheritance? There is huge difference between these two. Why you need pattern inheritance? If you start telling classing, naming pattern and all, interviewers will be losing interest. The ideology will be like, you are a kind of person, you don't even try to understand the question. You respond to say whatever that is there in your mind. Okay, so a careful listening is also very, very important. Careful understanding is also very, very important. Okay, why we need pattern inheritance? Pattern inheritance is needed in Pega in order to access the functionalities of the classes of same application, present application. What is direct inheritance? Question is, what is direct inheritance? Direct inheritance is specifying a parent class to the present class in the section parent class directed. At the section parent class directed, that is going to become a direct parent. That is what direct inheritance. But why we need direct inheritance? We need direct inheritance to access the functional features of the classes which belongs to some other application. So if you want to access the functionalities of same application classes, it is possible by pattern inheritance. If you want to access the functionalities of other application classes, it is only possible by direct inheritance. Okay, everyone clear? So I'll tell you one general example in real life. See, I wanted to take the money. I need some money. Okay, I wanted to access the property. I am accessing the property from my family members, my father and all, father, grandfather, like this. We all are connected with a relation. This hyphen, right? This is blood relation. Okay, blood relation within the family. Okay, that is inheritance. This is pattern. With this blood relation, you will access the property only from your family. Okay, I wanted to access the property of other person. So a male person, how it works in India, gets married to female, get the property. Okay, he can access the property of other family easily. This is a direct knot between two people. Okay, this is direct inheritance. Okay, so you can remember within the family blood relation is pattern inheritance, other family knotting relation is direct inheritance. Okay, so that is how direct inheritance is used to access the functional features from other application classes. Pattern inheritance is used to same application. Everyone clear? So this is called, these are the two types. This is the purpose to have two types of inheritance in Pega. Okay, this is the reason. Everyone clear with inheritance concept? What is pattern inheritance? Why we need pattern inheritance? What is direct inheritance? Why we need direct inheritance? These 4 questions you should be able to answer if you clearly understand it. Don't read the document simply to remember. Okay, that will not be lasting forever. If you understand the concept with the best examples that you can think by yourself, okay, then it will be easy. You will never forget in your lifetime. Okay, it's not mandatory that you have to go with the same examples that I am giving. You design your own examples at the time of reading. Okay, which is best suitable for your brain to understand. Then you can remember forever. Okay, understand clear everyone? See, by default, when you create a new application, the class group that has been created is going to have work dash cover dash. Okay, it says it has to inherit from work dash. See, you understand inheritance relation, right? There should be some top class somewhere it is starting, correct? That is called @base class. That is the topmost class in Pega is Java. You have object. Object is the class. .NET you have system. So in .NET if you are learning, system is the topmost class. Java you are learning, object is the topmost class. Like this, in Pega, topmost class is what? @base class. Okay. So far I told you about inheritance relation of only class group. I did not focus on organization division, what is the parent class and all. You also don't focus now. Okay, focusing on that you will forget about inheritance concept. I'll tell you that later. While you are practically working on it, you can easily understand. Okay, So today what did we discuss? Inheritance concept. Anything else? That's it, right? We have recollected what we have done in the last class. I'll tell you about this. As of now, clear? One more question that is going to get you answer. I have removed direct inheritance here. Okay, save it. Means blank. Save it. Is it allowing? Means it is a mandatory field. They did not provide a star mark, still it is mandatory. For a class to have direct parent is mandatory. Okay, now look at here. SBI class. Is there any pattern parent for SBI class? SBI is the organization class, right? Is there any pattern parent for SBI class? Yes or no? Is there any pattern parent that is available for SBI class further? Pattern inheritance parents, how you can identify? Just by looking at the class name, you can easily identify. Is there any class before this particular class? But which means that pattern inheritance is mandatory or optional? SBI, does it have pattern inheritance? A class exists without pattern inheritance, yes or no? So does it mean pattern inheritance is mandatory or optional? Optional. A class without specifying the direct parent, does it exist? Is it existing? Am I allowed to create? No. So direct inheritance is mandatory. Direct inheritance is what? Mandatory. So for a class, direct inheritance is always mandatory. For a class, pattern inheritance is optional. That is the topmost class, pattern inheritance will be there. Let me show you base class. I told you, right? @base class is topmost class in Pega, correct? Let us look at the definition of base class. Is there any direct parent? Exceptional case. Somewhere it should start, right? If you say it is mandatory everywhere, that is impossible. Okay. So direct inheritance is mandatory, pattern inheritance is optional. Direct inheritance is not mandatory, only for one class in Pega. What is that class? Base class, because that is the starting point. Understand, everyone? Clear? Work dash, cover dash, let's go. Here you can access any class. You can type and you can see work dash, cover dash. Direct parent will be work dash. Pattern parent also work dash. For work dash, base class. For base class, nothing. See, anywhere you start in Pega, ultimately you will reach to base class in the direct inheritance. Okay, any class you start and see direct parent, direct parent, direct parent, direct parent. Finally, where you are going to reach? Base class only you are going to reach wherever you start. Okay, so this is the concept of inheritance. For listening and understanding, it will be simple. At the time of practical, only whenever you are facing an issue, you should get the ideas. This issue related to inheritance, this inheritance, that inheritance. That means you clearly gain the knowledge. But in one day, one time practice, you will not get it. Multiple times only you'll get it. Now let me tell you one more thing. See, I'll give you one requirement, one question. See, I created framework application, I created implementation application, let's say. Okay, 2 applications I created. Now, in the implementation application class group, I went to implementation application class group. Here, I want to remove work dash, cover dash and choose framework other application related class group, framework application related class group. I'm going to click the down arrow. SBI, FW. Actually, this is not visible. At the time while I am trying to do it, while you are trying to do it, this class is not coming in the drop down. Nowhere it is there in the drop down. That is the issue you are facing. You understand what is the question? You are trying to assign parent class for implementation class group as framework class group. For that reason, you come here, you remove work dash, you click the down arrow, you type SBI. Out of all this SBI, nowhere you find SBI, FW, SBI, and Assure work. For me, it is there now, but for you, it is not there. Why it is not coming in the drop down for you? You have an application, framework application. You have it, but it is not coming here in the drop down. For this issue, to fix, to make it available in this drop down, fix is somewhere else. Where is the issue? What is the issue? You have 2 applications. Application 1, application 2, class group 1, class group 2. Class group 2, you are trying to select in the drop down. Class group 1 is not coming. That is related to other application. Why it was not coming? What is the reason? This is what understanding subject. Yeah, Chapan. Correct. So the answer is the application in which you are trying this application you forgot to create on top of framework. That relation you forgot. Application you have created, another application is there. These two applications are not related. Will you be able to access here? So now I want to access. Where do you implement this fix? You need to go to which definition? Application definition, and at built on application you choose the other application which you are expecting its classes to be available here. Okay, for the current application you have to make the other application as built on application. Issue here, fix is somewhere else. This is what subject. Everyone clear? So like this, if you face some issue, if you are getting the ideas where the issue reason, root cause of the issue, that means the forward engineering you learn at its best. I told you, right? Forward engineering is very easy. If I ask you to create anything from the scratch, it is very easy. In the reverse engineering, somewhere you face issue, you have to reverse it. This is highly difficult. So if you are pretty much thorough with forward engineering, reverse engineering will be easy. Thorough with forward engineering means you have detailed knowledge about each and every aspect, detailed understanding about each and every aspect. It is not simply you learn just by reading and remembering. You should get the ideas where could be the root cause for the issue that you are facing, but you will not get it in one day. Okay, so whenever you come across some type of issues, okay, maybe you need someone else's help, okay, you take their help. Next time onwards, this type of ideas your mind should start processing, thinking about it. That means you are a learner. Okay, otherwise always you are depending on other persons means no one will help you. Okay, so I have to share you the document. See, if you have observed the theory documents which I am sharing, in the theory documents also sometimes screenshots will be there, but class names are different, but structure will be same. Theory documents I cannot create every time. Theory documents I have created some time back taking from another application. Class names may be different in the theory document, but overall your present application, that theory document application, names may mismatch, structure will match. So no need to much bother about names, can be anything. Make sense? So I will be sharing the theory document related to application relation. Inheritance document, yesterday itself I shared you everything, right? Inheritance. Whatever that I have explained today, inheritance, purpose, everything, it was already there in the document which I have shared yesterday, class inheritance concepts, OOPS concepts document. It is present already. I don't need to share. If I have one more document, I'll share you maybe additionally. And application to application inheritance relation is there, right? This document also I will be sharing you. Document you will receive in next 30 minutes, and video you will receive by afternoon. Okay, fine, we can wind up for today. We'll continue tomorrow. If it is raining, again same, I don't want to repeat, connect online. At least there is a power cut and all, go through the video, but don't miss the session.